Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of techph.org's online Saturday session. So, thank you for everyone who joined us today, and thank you so much for waiting for our for this session. So, I know that our last session was 2 weeks ago, so we just had to really plan it out what we're going to do for the next weeks. But rest assured, we will be talking about new topics every week. And for today, we're gonna have Walter Clavero to talk about Salesforce, the technology introduction. And just a reminder for everyone, if you have any question, please use the comment section to send them in, and we'll try to answer all of your questions before we end the session today. And we're doing something exciting. You can get a chance to win 500 peso Grab food gift card. All you have to do is just react to this video, share the live stream on your profile before 7:20 p.m. today, and then we will select two winners at least of a 500 Grab food voucher. So that's in 200, 200, and 100 denomination that you can use when you order food through Grab. And we will announce the winners on our Facebook community page tonight. Yeah, definitely tonight. And okay, let's take a look. So just make sure that you have to what you have to do is react to the video. Second would be to share it to your profile, and then we will announce the winners tonight as well. So that's just to make sure that we're able to reach as many people as we can for this session. And again, our topic for today is Salesforce, a technology introduction, with Recruit Day's very own Walter Clavero. Yeah. So let me bring Walter in. Hi, Walter.
Hi, Luis. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you today?
I'm good. So how are
Uh,
you?
yeah, I'm good. Medyo di na ako sanay kasi ang tagal din ng last time, 2 weeks na din. But yeah, so for everyone who expected a weekly session, I really apologize. We just really had to pause for a bit and come up with a better plan on how we can do this. And thank you for everyone who joined us in the past. Maraming salamat for supporting techph.org's advocacy to uh, for continuous learning and to give everyone a platform to learn new technology for free. And for tonight, we have Walter to talk about Salesforce. So before we start, Walter, um, can you give us like a quick introduction lang of Salesforce and what it's commonly used for?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Salesforce is actually a cloud computing solution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a software solution that is based on the cloud. So the Salesforce solution is mostly known for their CRM
Mm-hmm.
application, right?
All right.
So, but they are right now they're more than that. Okay.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Walter. And today we're going to talk more about what Salesforce really is so that everyone gets a better understanding of what this technology is commonly used for. So this is just a quick introduction, guys, but we're hoping to provide you a way that you can learn Salesforce in depth. And Walter will talk about that later as well. So again, just a reminder, you can win a 500 peso Grab food discount card by just simply liking or reacting to this video and then sharing it on your profile. And also maybe you can tag your friends as well in the comment section. And if you have any question, please use the comment section. We will try to answer your questions, all your questions at the end of the before we end the session tonight. All right. So without further ado, let me give the floor to Recruit Day's very own Walter Clavero. Okay, Walter. It's your
All right.
it's your time to shine.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Luis.
Thank you, Walter.
Thank All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you again for joining us today. So, as Luis mentioned, I'm Walter Clavera. I'm Recruit Day's training director. And for tonight, we will be looking into Salesforce and what opportunities it may hold for you. Okay. So, before I was Recruit Day's training director, I was a software developer first, and then I changed roles to become a trainer. So, as part of my role as a trainer, I enable IT graduates so that they too can become Salesforce developers. Okay. So before we start and before we get to our main topic, I'd like to introduce Recruit Day just a little bit. So Recruit Day is a recruitment solutions company, right? But we are not your typical recruitment solutions company. We have a lot of new tools that we are introducing, right? That can help the candidate and the employer as well. We have career guides, we have referrer programs, right? And of course, the boot camp, which is our learning platform. Okay. All right, so let's look as to what we will be covering today. So we'll be looking into a brief background on Salesforce, what is Salesforce's solutions, right? What careers can you get in Salesforce? What is Salesforce offering in the Philippines? And later on, I'll do a little demo, right? So you can see Salesforce in action. Okay. All right. So let's start with a brief background on Salesforce. So Salesforce was established in 1999 in San Francisco, California, in the USA. Right? It was founded by Mark Benioff, Parker Harris, and Dave Molinoff and Frank Dominguez. So the very first product of Salesforce was a CRM, or a customer relationship management application. Excuse me. So this product, right, this CRM product that they developed will eventually change how people or how organizations use and buy software, not just for small businesses, but also for very large enterprises. So before Salesforce, when you needed to use a software, right, you have to buy the software and then install it into your machines. Salesforce, on the other hand, pushed for what will eventually be known as the sales software as a service model. Right? So, software as a service model was a fairly new concept, and this particular model allows organizations to use and pay for software in the same way that they do for electricity and water. So basically, you can sort of think of Salesforce as a utility wherein you don't have to pay for everything outright. You just pay for what you use. Okay. No need to install anything because everything is on the cloud. So your application, your data, everything is on the cloud. So all you need is a computer, right? Or even a mobile device that can connect to the internet, and then you're good. So this particular shift in thinking made them very successful and proved that the software as a service model works. So being very successful, they experienced a lot of growth, a tremendous amount of growth. They were able to further enhance and develop their existing products, and they were also able to acquire other solutions, other software solutions that would fit into their overall vision. What we have for you today are two examples of their most recent acquisitions. So the first one is Tableau. So Tableau is one of the top data visualization tools in the world, right? So we need to create charts or graphs, right, for your presentations. Usually it's either Tableau, you're going to use either Tableau or Microsoft's Power BI. And the other one is Click Software. So Click Software is known as a mobile workforce management and optimization solution. Okay, so what does it mean? So the expertise of Click Software is for field agents, the management of their schedule, their allocation, right? their inventories. So if, for example, you're a cable company, right? So you have people on the field that would go into people's houses, your customers' houses, and install their cable. So Click Software is able to manage their schedules and their allocations efficiently. Okay, so all of those acquisitions, including their already existing products, right? And taken all together, it gives us what Salesforce calls the Customer 360. So as you can see, all of the products around their customer, in this case, this pretty lady in blue, right? All of those are their existing products right now. So it covers not just sales and CRM, right? That's just where they started. So now they have sales service, marketing, commerce, communities, learning, right? Analytics, and of course, system integrations. Okay, and of course, they also leverage AI. So this particular software solution suite provides companies with a better perspective, a better understanding of their clients. So, since they were able to better understand their clients, companies will be able to better serve their clients' needs. And this is why Salesforce has been consecutively been recognized as a leader in the Gartner CRM category for the past 12 years. Now, let's look at as to what that means for people who would like to be part of the Salesforce ecosystem. Well, a very successful company like Salesforce with a very in-demand set of products, right, will generate a great amount of demand for developers, admins, configurators, and consultants, right? And since the skills needed to customize and enhance Salesforce are not necessarily taught in schools, the people with the right skill set can expect a long and lucrative career. So let's look at the possible careers that you can expect on Salesforce. Right. So what you're seeing right now are a collection of certifications that Salesforce offers. A certification track will usually determine um, what type of role you can play in the Salesforce ecosystem. So right now you can see we have 6 certification tracks, right? We have admins, app builders, consultants, developers, specialists, and of course, ultimately, the architects. So let's look at one of the specific roles that we have on Salesforce, which is the Salesforce developer. Okay. If you go on Google right now, right, you'll see that there are a lot of demand for Salesforce developers all over the globe. Some of them you'll also find that they are demands for local developers here in the Philippines. So I can share to you a couple of figures, right, that was taken back in 2019, right, of the average Salesforce developer's potential salary. Okay? Of course, what you're seeing are averages, right, of 2019 figures. Okay, so I'm not exactly saying that this is what you will receive, but these figures that you're seeing are within the realm of possibility. Okay, so as you can see, with at least 3 years of experience as a Salesforce developer, you can already ask for around 90,000 pesos for your gross monthly salary. Okay. And then for someone who's very new to the technology, you might be able to get 25K. Okay? So as you can see, things look very bright for Salesforce developers right now. Okay. All right. So, so let's look at a short demo on Salesforce. So you'll see what Salesforce looks like and I'll demonstrate how easy it is to actually customize and enhance Salesforce. Okay. So let me switch to my browser. Okay. All right. So right now you're seeing the default Salesforce user interface, right? So you can see here are the tabs that you can navigate to, right? Then you can select applications here, the app launcher. Right? You can even click on view all, and you can see all of the applications that are currently available on my version of Salesforce. Okay. So we have your accounts, your contacts. Okay. And so let's look at how we can, for example, validate inputs for the contact object, for example. Okay. So let's say we create a new contact. Right. Let's say the first name is John. Last name is, let's just put S. Okay. So as you can see, the only required field right now is the last name. Then let's click save. So as you can see, John S was created. Now, let's say we'd want more information from our users, from our end users, right? So let's say we want the last name to at least have 2 characters, because in some countries, right, uh, people only have 2 characters for their last name. So let's look at the contact object. Okay. And then we're going to create what's called a validation rule. So a validation rule allows us to check the information that's coming in into our system. Okay. So I already created a validation rule here, contact last name rule. Let's look into it. So let's edit this one. Okay. So this rule basically checks if you read this formula, right? It basically checks for the length of the value being provided in the last name field. So if it's less than 2 characters, what will happen is this error message here will be shown on the last name field. Okay. So let's go ahead and activate it. So I'm going to check active, click save. Right. Okay, so let's go back to contacts. Let's create a new contact. John S. Oops, sorry, S. Right. So if we try to save it, we get this, right? Review the errors on this page, and you can see the custom error message that we provided is being displayed on the last name field. Okay, so let's complete it. Smith, click save, and now we've saved our contact. Okay, so that's one way for you to validate information on Salesforce. Now, the other thing that we can do is we could also create small programs that can run whenever something is done to a record on Salesforce. So we call them triggers. Okay. So let's stick with the contact object. So let's look at triggers. So I made a trigger called contact description. All right. Let's edit this one. All right. So this trigger will run every time the record is inserted or updated, right? And it'll check if the description doesn't have any value, then it will provide the hi everyone as the value for the description. Okay, so let's activate it. Click save. All right. So John Smith, according to the details here, he doesn't have a description, right? So let's edit John Smith. Okay, I'm not going to provide any value for the description because the requirement is the description has to be blank or empty. Click save. So now the description says, hi everyone. Okay. And that's it for now. That's a short demo as to what we can do on Salesforce. Okay. So let's go back to my presentation. Right. So if you want to learn Salesforce, how to develop, how to configure Salesforce, we have a lot of learning solutions or learning resources for you. We have trailhead.com, which is Salesforce's learning solution. Right? It's a good way for you to start learning Salesforce. We also have Recruit Day's Bootcamp. Right? So if you go to bootcamp.recruitday.com, we have a lot of courses available right now that you can take. One of them, for example, is the Salesforce fundamentals. Okay, and then we will also be offering Salesforce programming courses later on. Okay, and then once you become a Salesforce professional, right, either as a developer or an admin or as a consultant, you can also join the Trailblazer community here in the Philippines. So we have a lot of Trailblazer communities all over the globe. So we have communities here in Manila and, of course, in Cebu. Okay. Then, of course, if you want if you're looking for job opportunities, you can go to Recruit Day, right, and look them up. And then we also have, of course, techph, right, for discussions on the current trends in technology. Okay. All right, that's it for now. We can go to your questions. Right? Let's see if you have any questions.
Alan, thank you so much for that, Walter. So just for everyone's information, we just really wanted to give you a introduction of what Salesforce is about. So for those who are watching us right now, you can still continue to share the video on Facebook, of course, and for those who are watching on YouTube, you can also do that by sharing the link on your Facebook page, and we will select the winner of the 500 peso grab food discount card today or tonight. I mean, we will be announcing that in the comment section of this video so that everyone knows who the winners are, and we will be sending you the vouchers through email. And yeah, so all right, so for today, Walter, thank you so much for that. So let's take a look. If you guys have any question, you can continue to send your comments here. So for those who will be watching this, maybe later at a later date, you can still use the comment section of this video to send in your questions, and we will try to get back to you as soon as we can. And this won't be the our first talk on Salesforce. So this session is just our first out of many. Tama ba, Walter? So we'll have another one next week. Siguro mas detailed. Um, because Walter, just for everyone's information, may iba-ibang specialization ang Salesforce, right? It's not just one.
Yes. So
Mm.
if you remember this slide that I showed, the customer 360.
Mm-hmm.
So those are a lot of products, right? So some of the consultants will tend to specialize because there's a lot to learn on the solution suite,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right. So you can either specialize on the sales, the service, the marketing, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Salesforce also has MuleSoft. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to specialize on integration, right? Then of course we have Tableau for data visualization, okay, and
All
a
right.
lot of other things.
Okay. So along the way, I think because a lot of people are interested in this technology, uh, when we did our first few online Saturday session, we received some recommendations uh, on the topic to be discussed for future online sessions, and one of those is Salesforce. So we are currently working on some materials just to help everyone understand what Salesforce is at kung anong area, what specialization you can take, and in our next week, we will have another session on Salesforce, and then in the weeks to come. And as Walter mentioned earlier, you also have a lot of resources. So Trailblazer is one, and Recruit Day has a bootcamp for people who are interested to learn more about Salesforce, right, Walter?
Yeah, actually, if you go to bootcamp.recruitday.com now, you can sign up for the free fundamentals course on Salesforce,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's scheduled in September. This is coming
Mm.
September,
All right. Maybe we
right?
can take a look at that, Walter. Can you show us that page? Para everyone just gets an idea what it looks like, what link they need to go to.
Let me share my screen again.
All right.
Okay, can you see my
All right.
screen?
Yep.
All right. So this is bootcamp,
Mm-hmm.
right? The Recruit Day bootcamp. So let's look for Salesforce. So if you search for Salesforce, all right. So you can see this one, the
Mm-hmm.
fundamentals of Salesforce for software developers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you click on that, right, you can see it's free. It's a 4 hour course for 1 day, and you'll see the outline for the course, right? And we have one scheduled for September 12th.
September 12th. And
Yep.
if they're interested to join this, what do they need to do? They just need to sign up dun sa baba,
Yep.
right?
They just need to scroll down and click register for the fill up the form here, right? And click on inquire, and then you should be able to you should receive an email response that confirms you for your reservation for your seat in the course.
Yeah, what's wonderful is that this course is definitely for free. And you also have Walter there who will answer your questions. Kasi dito, for TechPH, we can only give you an introduction of the technology that we're talking about, but we will try to connect you to places, to the right place where you can learn further about those technologies. So for Salesforce, you have Trailblazer, and of course, you also have Recruit Day Bootcamp with a live presenter an expert like Walter, and Walter will help you understand the technology better. And I think it's always for me personally. I find it better if kung may tao talaga akong kausap, right? Because it's easier to do it online, but it's a better learning experience if you have someone that you can talk to live. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So
So what else
that
do we have here
is
sa Recruit Day Bootcamp?
so we have a lot more. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go back. We have RPA, Python, Power BI, and let's see. You can click on other courses. So dynamics, design thinking, right? That's it.
All right. This is wonderful. So guys, if you want to check it out, the website is bootcamp dot
Recruit.
magkamali ako, Walter, dot recruitday dot com, and then it will show you all the available courses sa platform. And I'll also share the link para hindi lang kayo, so that you go to the right place. I'll be sharing the link here sa comment section, and then you can check it out at the end of this session.
Oh,
So guys, again, thank you so much for
Luis, sorry.
mm,
There's a
yeah.
question. We have a
All right,
question
let's see.
from Edwin Garcia.
Okay. All right. So medyo mahina ka, Walter.
Okay, sorry.
Ayan. Ka masyado lumayo,
So,
Walter. Dito ka lang. So we have one question here from Edwin Garcia. All right.
yeah.
So according
So,
to question ni Edwin is, what do I need to learn to become a Salesforce developer? Any specific programming language or software to focus with?
okay. So, to be a Salesforce developer, um, I would recommend having knowledge or and also experience in object-oriented programming. Okay. Um, it usually doesn't necessarily need a specific object-oriented programming language, but I would recommend something like Java or Microsoft C Sharp, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
Salesforce has its own proprietary programming language. It's called Apex, right? So, and also you need some web development skills, meaning HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, preferably the more modern versions of HTML. So at least HTML5, CSS2, or CSS3, and then the most recent JavaScript version, the 2016 and later versions of JavaScript. Because the Salesforce developer role is usually considered a full stack developer role. So, meaning you'll need to do some programming on the back end as well as front end programming. So, what I demoed earlier, the trigger, so that's part of the back end programming, which needs that Java like syntax, right? And then for front end programming, we have what we call the Lightning Web Components. Okay, so those will need um, an understanding of the modern HTML standards.
All all right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Walter. And Edwin, if you have a follow up question, so Edwin is watching us on Facebook, on YouTube. So if you have a follow up question, just don't hesitate to comment it up, and then maybe we'll get back to you ASAP. And let's see. Okay, let's see if we have other questions here.
Right. By the way, thank you, Edwin, for that question.
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. Very interesting question. And next week again, we're gonna have another session. So if you don't get the chance to ask your questions tonight, we'll definitely spend more time with you next time. Next Saturday, on our second installment ng ating Salesforce online Saturday session. Do you have anything to add, Walter, before we end the session today?
Um, we just like to, invite everyone to check out the bootcamp page on Recruit
Mm-hmm.
Day. right? So we have, as you saw earlier, right, we have a lot of courses that we're offering that if you want to basically learn new skills or maybe even reinvent yourself, right,
Mm-hmm.
you can start learning at bootcamp.recruitday.com.
Yeah, exactly. So again, that's bootcamp.recruitday.com. And uh, I shared the links of comment section. Then you can just click on that link and browse through the available courses. So, guys, thank you so much. And again, don't forget to react to this video, share this. You have until 8 in the evening to share, and we will be announcing the winners shortly. The winners will receive a confirmation email with their voucher codes uh, by tomorrow morning para pwede nyo na magamit this Sunday. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. For those who will be watching us in the future, you can again use the comment section to send in your questions, and then we will try to have new sessions every Saturday. So please like and share. And it's very important for us to get as many views as we can, as many followers as we can, so that we can invite more speakers to share their knowledge on their specific technologies. All right. So thank you so much, Walter, for sharing your expertise on Salesforce tonight. And maraming salamat din sa lahat na nag-join and nag-share and nag-react. And again, see you again. See you next Saturday. All right. Bye, Walter. Thank you. Bye.